We are live.
Oh, very good evening, cadets, commanders, and all the visionaries. The wait is over. This is the final showdown of Settlement Design Challenge 2.0. Tonight, the battlefield is not about the ink and paper, but today, the visions will fight for survival, and only the future proof will shine among the stars. On that note, this is Kavisha.
And I am Azmat, your cosmic guides for today. So this is not a drill. You have participated this event for this. There was a black void for 24 hours. You fought crisis. You have solved the problem statement we have given you. You have survived simulations, and all of this was done in silence. And now your true test begins.
Out of countless minds, only 10 crews remain. 10 different visions, 10 blueprints for humanity's survival. But remember, in space, there is no second place. Either your settlement thrives or it vanishes into the cosmic dust.
Today, you don't just present slides, you present destiny, every choice you made, every wall you built, every watt of power you generated. And all of this will be judged now. And the universe is not forgiving.
So ask yourselves, did you build a home for humanity or just a tomb sealed in the Martian soil?
So, this is how today's event will unfold. So, first, we have 10 selected teams and they'll present their final settlement design. They'll showcase their approach to the structure, life support, energy automation, and their crisis resilience. The judge will evaluate, question, and probe every detail. And at the end, the colony that proves most visionary yet viable will be the champion of SDC 2.0.
Correctly said. In the chronicles of interstellar history, there are some moments when one decision, mind me, only one decision can alter humanity's course forever. Today, that responsibility rests with one mind who holds the power to decide which settlement will rise and which will collapse into the stardust. Only those who withstand the fire of Arjit Sir will leave this arena as survivors. Because even the galaxy listens closely when he takes the command in his hands. So let's welcome Mr. Arjit Saxena, the founder and CEO of Resolute Lab India, aboard on this cosmic journey. So let's give him a big round of virtual applause.
Hi everyone.
So, before we start, we'd like to let all the finalists know that this is your moment. The last 24 hours, you have worked hard, come up with your solution, and it's time to show that you have not just built a home, you have built a space settlement where the future is going to thrive. Before we start, I'd like Arjit sir to give any instructions to the participants, if any.
Yeah, like simple instruction, guys. Present on time. Okay, like don't like just explaining everything. Okay, what you have prepared, maybe it can be a lot of information, but today you just have to communicate in the very specific timeline. Okay, I hope you guys are aware of the rules already. So yeah, all the best, everyone. Okay, and yeah, may the best team wins today. Okay.
Okay, so our judge is ready, the galaxy is watching, and your competitors. They are waiting for the first crack in your design. So maybe they can be one step ahead of you.
So, step forward, prove you can outthink the disaster, outbuild the impossibility, and outlive the extension. Because here in the final showdown of SDC 2.0, only the bold, brave, and creative people survive.
So why not the battle begin?
Okay, then first up we'll have Team 6. Is Team 6 here?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. We are here. So, should we start by sharing our screen and presenting the entire document? Okay.
Yeah, sure. I mean, if you have any PPT, yeah, you can present it and go on with your presentation.
Okay. Is it visible now?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So actually, the planet which we chose for our settlement is it's based on the crisis. It was like Kepler 22c. So this planet is like it's a tectonic volcanic planet designed as so here we have designed a space settlement design which adapts and sustains in that situation and environment. So here we have assumed few stuffs like its gravitational force and its weight and size is almost equal to Earth's stuff. And yeah, so the major challenges we faced on this planet was extreme seismic activity, that unpredictable earthquakes such that, and volcanic hazards and unstable ground surface. Ground surface may be filled with streams of volcanic flows and magma and everything. So there we have to handle that kind of thing. And environmental hazards also included that atmospheric and environmental threats like atmospheric harmful gases released from those magmas, everything, and the resources and infrastructures, everything like water and air supplies were contaminated in that place. So the projected solution is we gone through lot of models and this was the final stuff like hexagonal modular settlement. So hexagon is like a six shaped structure, and those can handle heavy weights and although it's very durable. And the final structure is being the last, and this is the final structure of our design. So here we have uplifted the entire settlement design so that it can sustain on any kind of like volcanic flows or sudden streamlines or tunnels, volcanic eruptions, everything it can handle in that way. And for seismic activities and tectonic plate movements, we have included seismic regulation system. So it has this hydraulic pistons in it, and there will be thousands of sensors which actively monitoring all the movements, and it moves those pistons, hydraulic pistons, according to that, so that its center of mass remains the same and the entire settlement remains stable at any kind of situation. And we have also planned to completely surround it with a dome, and that dome recreates the entire environment as Earth's environment. And we have also took care about that psychological aspects of human life, like we took care of we implemented aquatic systems and wildlife sanctuaries and everything to maintain a certain balance in this. And coming back to the design part, it's a multi-layer geodesic domes and human-centric design, and they're like advanced layered walls and outshell graphic composite. And yeah, we as it's covered in dome, we can recreate the day and night cycles as same as in the Earth's, like it's a 24-hour cycle, 12 as well as it remains there, and nature in the city. And this is the design. And we have also utilized those tunnels which are in the underground tunnels. They when they are free, not being covered by volcanic eruptions, we can use it and we can cover it and fireproof the tunnel systems and use it as a survival bunkers for, and can be even used for rapid evacuations. And this is another part where we also use asteroid mining, included asteroid mining in this, where we'll be having two separate systems. One is the base system, which is on the planet, and the second is for resource management, which is typically asteroid mining and resource integration. So asteroid mining is then collecting all those resources, available resources from the nearby asteroids, and getting those resources, including it for our sustainability and development. And even water ice can be found, and platinum group metals can be found from few asteroids. Those can be used for construction and other parts. And these are the we split the thing into three phases, like economic timelines of return of investment. First is build. For investment, we need 150 billion. That's the estimated price amount. And for the phase two is profit. That's 15 billion plus year because of the exports. Like if we want fundings, we can export those resources which we get from the planet, as well as the asteroid mining, which supports as the funding material. And after that, we can expand. As it's an hexagonal structure, we can expand in all infinitely possible directions in that way. So we can expansion is very much possible in this design. And this is a closed life support system. And from here, uh, another teammate will take care of this.
Thank you, Narayan, for the wonderful presentation till now. So I'll be taking it ahead. So basically, in this, for making the atmosphere sustainable for life in this planet, we have taken the help of algae. Specifically, in this case, we have taken the help of this algae called limnospora. So what we do, basically, there'll be quinone there, and the quinone will capture the CO2 which will be filled in the air, and that CO2 will be sent to the algae, which will then produce O2. And also, this algae also produce certain amount of protein, which protein which can be used as a energy supplement. And then this entire thing is the entire system will be powered by the geothermal and the solar energy. And then for the water security, we take the help of the process of reverse osmosis, and the plants will be grown especially in the mist and nutrient rich water. And then for the crops and the vegetation, we have taken the help of the genetic engineering, the thermophile crops. The since thermophile bacteria is one such that can grow in high temperature areas, so I think this planet which we were given, the Kepler 22b, is very suitable for this. And so yes, the thermophile bacteria, we can engineer our crops to grow in high temperature, to basically survive in high temperature climate such as this. And the soil will basically be mineral rich and mist, and for the sunlight we can take the help of those red and the blue UV radiation. Also with genetic engineering, we can take the genes from the deep sea plants and engineer our crops such that it can be sustained in such a harsh climatic condition. You want to take from here, Naren?
Yeah, okay. And in the AI part, we have also planned to integrate AI and machine learning parts in this. So basically, we have a centralized intelligence systems. So basically, you can see this in this image, and this is the final society which we are actually about to build. And this is the centralized system, and here there will be AI monitoring in every aspect, such as AI proactive bot that predicts 14-day advance of failures, and a resource allocation like dynamic allocation of power and food, and crisis support system, and also volcanic hazard prediction and radiation shielding control system, and habitat construction, water recycling. Everything will be managed by AI. But whereas there will be a separate team which has to monitor it, and this thing is the entire closed life system, so it doesn't need any support from external sources. It can self-sustain. Like aquarium part, the aquarium waste can be used as fertilizers, and the fertilizers can be used to grow and develop the forest and wildlife areas, apart from even in the agricultural aspect. And all those things are well maintained and in this. And this, the main part is it is scalable. So all those hexagonal structures can be easily scalable. Like you can add another hexagonal structure over here, and over time it can spread across in multiple large areas. So that's the main aspect of this. And even if any volcano magma flows in bottom, these are the hydraulic pistons. These can increase the height or stabilize them in seismic activities or earthquakes or anything. These can handle it. And here's a detailed image about those things. And if you can see, there will be lead rubber bearing and everything. And this structure, why we chose is that because this can handle
Okay, okay.
heavy.
Yeah, I got the overview. Okay.
Okay. Thank
Okay,
you.
so
Thank
yeah,
you so much.
it was good. Like which planet?
It's Kepler 22c, sir. It's a volcanic planet actually. which is actually unstable. And yeah.
Why only this? Like any
So
thought process
actually,
behind
they have released few crises, and on basis of this crisis, this was one of the good idea like we chose, because even though it's harder, it was on the life sustainable area. Like you can get sunlight from here, and also it's not in far more negative degrees Celsius. The heat which being generated here can be used for energy generation. The geothermal energy can be generated from this, and other aspects. This one was better when you compare with the other.
it? Okay. And what is the gravity levels over here? 1G,
It's
2G,
one
3G?
point. Yes, sir. It's 1.23 G somewhere, which is almost equal to Earth's. So, and yes, sir, we have also included origami structures for solar light capturing, which moves there.
Got it. And like how you are planning to like develop a habitat or a structure over there? There
So,
is no roadmap
so
for this.
uh, actually, there's like no human involvement will be there. It will be totally automated moving tiles, robotic tiles, which build on itself by using the resources, the magma from the magma, which can be hardened and turned into useful metals and materials for building this. And all this will be
Hmm.
like building blocks, like Lego. You can join there, and all those building blocks will be done on our Earth itself, or by using other resources like such as asteroid mining and everything.
Okay. And is there any assumption made on the environment part, like because the atmosphere of Kepler 2026 is dense? Okay. So
Yes,
do
sir.
you
It's
have any
actually
yeah.
yes, sir. We have mentioned in the above part about the planet. It's like most of the planet scenario is actually assumptions, because no study has been done in this planet, and we have given this planet, so we had to make some of those assumptions.
Okay. Okay. And like how the psychological and the cultural framework, like the sustainability part, how you are going
Yes,
to
sir.
tackle.
Yeah, we have implemented few AI regulation systems which actually detects an anomaly in any. It can access the camera and look directly into, but not apart from the privacy. It's like handling edge computing, so there won't be any issues for privacy of humans. But it can actually notice any anomaly or changes on human, and it can give right solutions, or like move them forward with those problems. And also apart from that, we as I said earlier, we are covering the entire system in a dome. So that dome recreates the entire earth civilization over there, like the atmosphere and the sky and everything, and also a forest and park systems which are there in this design, which is like very much regulating for stress management.
Okay.
And tourist spots
And like
also, like space tourism. And apart from astronaut mining, we also thought of adding space tourism in this.
got it. And like how you're going to produce energy over here? Because
So
you
then, like, yes, sir.
you are not
Uh,
aware of the atmospheric and the solar condition, to be very honest, on this planet. So
yes, sir.
how you're going to
So
be prepared?
It's basically because of the geothermal energy, sir. We have high thermal energy in this. We can convert that thermal energy into electrical energy for other uses. And apart from this, yeah, as you said, we don't know about this atmospheric condition, but we can make some assumptions like what are the gases that these volcanoes produce, and that can be comprising about this atmospheric gases, and thereby we did some research with that, and we found out that sunlight can actually enter into this kind of situation. So as I said, in that dome will be covered entirely with carbon fibers, and carbon fibers are actually the far most. It's actually theoretical concept, but they can actually get more sunlight, and they are like more efficient than normal solar panels. So carbon, it's like single layer of carbon which can
data
actually
from
get
your
way
side.
photon energy.
So carbon fibers.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, I got the idea. Okay. Last two questions. Okay, one question is on the structural part. Okay, as you selected the hexagonal part. Okay, uh, when you do the manufacturing part. Okay, it is slightly more complex when it comes to manufacturing the smaller part. Okay, so how you're going to tackle that?
So like the manufacturing part, it's like we we chose like no human interaction in this while building or assembling it. So while assembling, we take the entire hexagonal parts there, and from there, like here you can see those hexagonal parts, and there we go and connect these hexagonal parts by using mobile robotic tiles. They are like Lego connectors. You can go and connect with them. And while building them, these are the far most best structure we found out. Actually, triangle is way more stable than this, but you can't add triangle because its surface area is actually less when you compare it with this. And while expanding the connecting areas, here you can find the multiple connecting areas. So surface area, like you can add it in this direction, or this direction. So if there's any obstacle in this direction, you can continue developing it on the other sides. But on triangle or other shapes, you can't do that.
Got it. And last question on the algae part, like how you're going to use algae, like which algae? You are going to take algae from the earth,
Yes.
or like you're going to
So
produce
it's
it over
like there's a study being done on that algae. That's a those kind of algae and it's like a kind of bacteria which lives on volcanoes actually. So that research was done by her. So I let her explain this.
there? Algae lives on volcanoes. Like this is strange.
Uh,
Like,
Hello. Yes, there is
yeah.
this algae called as the thermophilic bacteria, not algae actually. You got it wrong. Thermophilic bacteria basically. So they live in the volcano part. They are like high temperature loving algae. It's called. So we can basically use them to grow the crops. We can engineer the crops with the help of those algae, and we can engineer the crops with the help of those bacteria through genetic engineering processes. Um, RDNA technology, and then we can grow those crops even in the UV specified areas. Like even outside the dome, those crops can be grown because we can engineer those crops, like customize the crops according to our needs.
Yes, sir. It's
And
actually
Got
those
it.
cost
can be
effective. So if we
Mm-hmm.
do
basically
our
we are
farming
taking the
stuff
help of
outside the
RDNA technology. Yeah. Are you taking it from here, Darren?
yeah, it's actually cost effective if you want to do the farming and other wildlife stuff in like greenery and trees into the system. It increases the surface area inside the dome, which is actually
Hmm.
increasing the cost of the entire stuff. But imagine if we can grow the entire trees or anything outside the dome in the entire environment itself, in the planet's environment itself, using the soil. So that's what the whole point of idea of this photosynthetic bacteria. And also the algae part, that algae was being used for converting oxygen, carbon dioxide to oxygen, like breaking. There's this algae that thing was done by another teammate, but I don't think it's available. So that thing converts
Mm-hmm.
CO2 into
Got it.
CO and
Got it.
O2, and also releases some protein synthesis, so that can be used for other agricultural purposes.
Okay. Got it. Yeah, this is like good. Yeah, this is all good. Okay.
Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Next team. You were team like six, huh?
Yes, sir. We are team six.
Okay.
Okay, so next up we have Team 7. Do we have participants from Team 7 over here?
Yeah, we're here.
Yeah, so you may share your screen.
Uh,
And like take around 5 to 6 minutes. Okay, like more, not more than 7 minutes. Okay.
yeah, sure, sir. So let me know if you can see the screen, hear me,
Yeah.
and can you see my camera also?
Yeah, it's visible. Everything is good.
All right, thank you, thank you, thank you. So, good evening, everyone. So, this is the Space Settlement Design Challenge made by Team 7. So, it consists of Siddharth Madhavan, Paritosh Katke, Anjan Shetty, and Krish Kumar. Together, we have made this. So, let's go on to the planet we have got. So, the planet we have got is Kepler 16 small b. This planet is extremely far away from Earth, in fact, 245 light years. Right? So, this planet is what we call a Saturn like planet because it has very similar mass and radius. I think it has zero point 0.7, zero point 0.7 the radius of Saturn. So, this is a half rock and ice planet. It is the special thing about this planet is that it orbits a binary star. In fact, they call it the Tatooine of planets. If anyone watches Star Wars, you would know what it means, right? So there, if you stay on this planet, you would see two sunsets and you'll see two suns in the sky. That is something very interesting about this planet. Something very also not good about this planet is that it is exactly at the outer edge of the habitable zone. So it is quite hard for life to get take place over here. The temperatures at the surface is around minus 100 to minus 70 degrees. So if you come here, please do bring a jacket, right? So this is one of the most special planets, especially due to the binary star system. So that's why one of the main reasons I do like this planet. So let me move on to the settlement itself. So the settlement that we have created is what I would call extremum castrum, or the last castle. You know, whenever we go for space exploration, it's something deep, emotional, right? You're going to the far reaches of space where humanity has never stepped before. So that's why I named it the last castle. This is going to be our, in fact, the first castle in outer space where we start to explore and learn more about these things. So let's move on. I will be explaining different parts of the settlement. So here you can see I've divided it into four major sectors. So the first one is sector caput, or sector head. So this is where leadership, recon, and emergency shuttle pad. This is where the everything takes place. So I'll be going into the details later on. Then we have the food and the hospital sector, which is called sector hortus, or sector health. The living quarters, sector vita, or sector body. The maintenance, life support, research, and the expedition sector, which is called sector opus. Right, this is the biggest one out here. So now I'll be going over what is going to be a speculative launch schedule. How are we going to build this over there, right? Obviously, it's going to take 245 years to just to reach there. But let's see. The first thing we're going to do is stage one, which we're going to build the first place. This is called uh, sector oput, right? So we'll be bringing small tiles and we'll be stacking them up. So I'll be getting back to that later on in the slide so that you get to know what exactly it is. So then stage two, as you might guess, we'll be building it separately. So we'll bring in stage by stage. And then stage three, hortus, and then stage one, stage four, caput, right? So now let's move on. Let's go for sector opus. This is going to be the first thing that we're going to be building on Kepler 16-small b. So it's going to be the heart of the workplaces, commercial activity, machinery, and life support systems. In fact, at the very beginning, we will not be having these labs over here. In fact, that will be the living quarters. At the very beginning, instead of bringing 1,000 people, we'll be bringing around 250 people and they'll be staying right here. So we'll be having, this is the final model after all the bases are set up. So we'll be having a maintenance sector, lab 1, lab 2, lab 3. These are all for different purposes, right? So that you don't have to mix them up. And in the center of it all, you have your energy production, which is where we'll be keeping a nuclear reactor, or we'll be storing our solar power, excess powers. We'll be doing all kind of stuff right here. And this is the expedition center. I mean, what kind of space exploration is it without any adventure? So right here, we will be setting out expeditions to other nearby planets, or even same planet Kepler 16b, right? So you can see this is the forward operating base. This is a future plan. This is not yet decided. And this is the production wing, where they will make goods for the people. The life support systems, one of the most major swings. So there'll be a group of people working just for this to make sure it runs every day and every moment. Also, we will be also focusing on heat generation right here during the energy production part. We'll be using some of the energy produced to produce some heat. Almost the entire building will be insulated, so heat generation need not be constant, right? That is one good thing. So it needs to be pumped out in regular intervals, maybe let's say in weeks or so. So you don't need to spend that much energy on heat. So now let me move on quickly to sector vita. So this is a concept art from the 9 hours capsule hotel. This is there in Japan. So we'll be having something similar, much more rows and columns. So the major thing about sector vita will be divided into 4 sectors. So each sector will be having their own entertainment, food, commercial spaces, and then you'll be sleeping here. You'll also be having a relaxation area, stuff like that. All your necessities will be at a 5-minute walk, so that you don't need to, go somewhere very far away. Then I'll just move on to the next one, sector hortus. This is going to be the hospital as well as our food sector. So the major thing about the food sector is it's completely automated. There is no need for humans to be involved in this. There'll be a glass-like column at the top. Right here, if you see about a central hospital block is where sector's caput will come. So all this area would be free, and there would be a glass-like thing which will be using an outer layer of transparent aluminum or polycarbonate with an inner layer of radiation filter or glass or insulation to keep the heat trapped in, right? So this is where we're growing the food, and that's what we're using. So let me move on to the next one, which is finally sector caput. So this serves as the head of the settlement. This consists of the parliament, the office of the mission commander, staff. So it also serves as a secondary purpose of the recon center, right? If you want to see what's going on and stuff. So the wall composition. So I have selected Project Tesserae from MIT, which is hexagons, as you can see here. So these walls are self-building. They can build by themselves. They have small sensors. So these will be making the first set of walls, and then the people will come and build it on it. So you can see the outer layer will be aluminum, and then we'll have a radiation protection with sensors to make sure nothing gets broken or something. Then you have insulation, definitely need insulation, wires, pipes, ducts. Finally, polymers which are inflammable and non-conductive. That is very important, especially in space, right? So governance. So we'll be having a parliamentary type of government with equal representation from all departments: health, research and exploration, protection and maintenance. So elections will be held for all leadership positions. And then, so these leadership positions will require the approval of the parliament to pass any major laws or policy changes. So data regarding any political situation will be transferred immediately back to Earth. This is just an assumption. I know how long data transfer takes, but I hope we do have the technology once that time comes. So now I'll be showing you, this is just how the structure would be: the parliament, the mission commander, the executive staff, the head of the sectors, and the head of the department. This is how the things go. So one thing to note here, the parliament is not above or below the mission commander. They work hand in hand, right? So that's what my main point was. So the survival strategies, things that make this unique. So with explicit permission from Earth, the settlement commander, right, he can choose to declare an emergency. He can choose complete control and does not need permission from the parliament. And the same thing applies to parliament. If they want, they can remove the mission commander before his term ends. Also, something else, when the structural integrity of the settlement drops below 50%, all the colonists will be instructed to move down to sector opus, right? So until the integrity is brought up. So just in case something breaks about, nothing matters, as we will reduce the fatalities. So when total energy reserves drop below 20%, we will start up the nuclear reactor. If that fails, all systems except life support will immediately turn off. We'll also have an AI system that will be providing real-time data and feedback to the leadership as well as the people to make sure, everything is effective. Nothing is made for no reason. There'll be also psychological and medical checkups every single month to ensure that everybody's working at the proper thing. Water collection points to make sure water is there, and
Siddharth.
base and exclusions.
Okay. Can you
Oh,
just
yes.
come to the next slide?
Oh, yeah. This is just the innovation highlights. I think I have already told you in the previous slide, so I don't think it's needed. So just the budget, I would estimate it to be 1 to 10 trillion, more on the higher end, right? And
Okay,
that's it. Thank you. I hope
got
I
it.
didn't take too much of your time.
No. Okay. Yeah, it was good, like a new perspective. Okay, but I find this is little bit off the trajectory from the problem statement which was given. Okay. Your more focus was on the social systems establishment over there, like governance, parliaments, and all those things. Uh, do you think that when we are doing a settlement which is 200 light years from here, okay, will it make any sense that you're going to communicate with the people of Earth? Will that make any sense that uh, you are doing anything over there, the 200 or 1,000 people doing anything over there, their deaths, their birth, anything is going to influence here on the Earth?
Uh, so let me just, I'll just see if I got the question right. So you're asking whether if I will know, like on Earth, whether I will be able to control the people all the way 245 light years away. That's the question, right?
Yeah, like for example, today I am the president, okay, and you are living over there, okay, and I'm saying that I want to communicate my message to you, okay. Will my message will be there received properly within time? Maybe after my death, the message has been received, so there will be no value of the message, okay. So why you are trying to establish a government, parliament, and all those things? Any ideation? Like, what was the thought process?
Yeah, okay. So my thought process was that, like, if we do let these people go without any instructions, like we tell them, do whatever you want, just complete
Hmm.
these objective research objectives, then I feel like we are like buying ourselves into a crisis, a big crisis. Like we don't need to worry about space and all. The people itself will eat each other, right? Without any proper oversight, like everything will go wrong. Definitely, we don't know exactly what these people are. They might be acting in front of us. Obviously, be interviews, petting, and all, but they might be acting in front of us. And when they go in there, they might, do all kinds of bad things, things we don't want, and the entire settlement could collapse because of the actions of a single man, right? So that's my thought process. I thought that maybe if we do establish that oversight, some kind of
Hmm.
punishment, or this, there's some kind of how do I say, consequence for your actions, right? So I feel like there
Yeah.
would be more control, and the settlement would perform as it is meant to do.
Got it. Okay. Coming back to the structure part, you have selected aluminium.
Yes,
So will it work in the environment over there?
yes, it will definitely work in the environment over there. I believe so, because obviously, I feel like what most people would go for is titanium, right? Titanium is lightweight, and but it's more expensive to acquire. But I feel like
Hmm.
aluminum is more versatile. You could use it for basically anything, and it's also rigid. But just because I wrote aluminum doesn't mean we'll be exactly using aluminum. We'll be using some kind of alloys depending on the atmosphere. We don't have exact data from Kepler 16b, right? What exactly is the
Okay, okay.
atmosphere here? So I cannot give an exact answer at this moment, but if we do have the data, we will adapt according to it.
Means on the thermal fatigue side, you can balance it.
Yes, exactly.
Okay. Like any strategy, like how you are going to balance it.
Okay, let's say if the aluminum we bought doesn't isn't up to par, it is not able to survive in the environment, right?
Hmm.
So that's why we'll be having multiple layers in between, right? So before we start to know that the aluminum is not working, we'll be able to identify the problem, and we'll be able to work on a solution. We'll be able to look at the what are the available resources in the planet itself, and that's why I had a manufacturing and a production wing. I mean, these are not required, right? But I do have them just because for this. If we do have
Got
any issues, we will be able to manufacture there itself and fix it.
got it. And when you mentioned about that tesserae design, okay, so what kind of seal design you are going to use? Because you are going to put tiles on tiles, right?
Yes.
So what is the seal design? Like exactly you are going to use? You are going to use knife edge, lap, dual O-ring. What exactly you are going to use?
I'm not exactly sure about the details of this, because the Tesseract project itself is right now beginning, right? They haven't
Yeah.
really done big levels of things, but it's very small. Right now, they have done small balls of it. So, but I believe that I will be going for a similar design for sealant. I will be probably using a. Um, Hello, I'm very sorry. The
No, no,
power
it's,
went
it's
out.
fine. Yeah.
Power went out. So I'll be using probably some kind of epoxy or some kind of. I'll actually check that out depending on the atmosphere
No,
conditions. We'll be
epoxy
using
will
epoxy.
not work. See, the point I want to discuss is when we work on the seal design, there are certain known as knife edge. Okay, try to study about this. Okay, you will get an idea. Okay, so that you clamp or you do a galvanic isolation of the tiles. Okay, so yeah. Okay.
All right. Thank you very much. That makes.
And coming to like the erosion part. Okay, like have you gone through any estimation on how atomic oxygen is going to erode your aluminium or any material which you are going to use?
I mean, I have. So that's why we'll be using alloys for it. But we
Alloy.
don't have the exact percentages of what exactly is in the atmosphere there, right? All we know is that it's a gas planet. We don't know the exact what exactly is there. But then
Got it.
yes, we'll be using some kind of alloys that will be preventing oxidization from taking place.
See, okay. And like the budget was like, do you think it is realistic? Anyone can approve this because it is somewhere close to economy of a country itself. Okay. So, do you think someone is going to approve this in next 20 years, 25 years?
it depends on a lot of factors. Like,
Uh,
if you really think about it, the space race, right? Let's talk about the space race. Why did
mm,
we stop the space race? We could have kept on going, right? It wasn't
mhm,
about who went to moon first. It was who went to Mars first. It was
mhm,
because one of the countries gave up. Let's say if there's a competition now, who is gonna, like, it's between Russia and the USA, just hypothetically, who is gonna
mhm.
establish a settlement on Kepler 16b? Then the funding will come place. When the public, there's hype about it, then the funding will easily come. I believe that. If
Got it.
today itself it starts on, it will be approved tomorrow. Like that, it depends on the public.
Got it. Got it. Okay. Last two questions to you. Okay. Where exactly is your settlement located? In the orbit, in the upper atmosphere, lower atmosphere, or on a moon? Okay. Where you are going to exactly locate your settlement? You
Okay,
didn't
it will
define
be,
that part.
yes. According to a research paper published by the University of Texas, right? A few researchers published this. They told
Mm-hmm.
that habitability on Kepler 16b is questionable. It's very low. But there is always the chance that some kind of, due to the other bodies in the system, some kind of moon could form and it could orbit Kepler b. At that moon, the habitability percentage is much, much higher. So I believe this would be more perfect for a moon orbiting Kepler small b.
No, where you are going to put it, like on the basis of your literature survey, what is your final thesis where you are going to put your settlement? On moon?
Okay, it will be on the moon. Yes, it will be on the moon along with
Okay,
a, there will be an orbiting satellite that will be communicating messages. In case of emergencies, it will be monitoring the weather. So this will be the
got it.
most likely setup.
Okay, the follow-up question on to this. So if you're going to put it on the moon, so how you are going to account the tidal forces from the binary stars on your habitat? Because there are some binary stars nearby it. Okay. So how you're going to account that part, tidal forces, because it is
Yeah,
simply going to destroy your settlement.
definitely. That is something very important. So what we'll be
Mm,
doing is that, as you had seen, there are multiple layers, right? Each layers,
mm,
there will be a bit of motion dampeners.
mm-hmm,
There will be motion dampeners, as well as at the very bottom, at the base of it,
mm-hmm,
we'll be keeping a friction pendulum bearing or a shock absorber, a big one. Maybe it's to make sure we can accommodate
mm-hmm.
for this bend for aluminum. Aluminum is something that's a bit rigid compared to titanium. Aluminum is something that's a bit rigid compared to titanium, right? Usually for moving objects, that's what we
Yeah.
use titanium. So I believed aluminum would be a better call for this.
Got it. Okay. Yeah. I think you should a little bit like it was good, okay, but I think you should work more on the engineering side and the sustainability side, okay. Human centric and the social systems you have worked very well, okay. That is wonderful, okay. But work little bit on the engineering side because that is going to sustain the social systems, okay.
Got it. Thank you very
Good.
much.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you,
Next
Siddharth,
team.
for your great presentation. Next upon, we have Team 12.
Yeah, hello. Am I audible?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Team 12, right?
Yes.
Okay. So again, next 7 minutes, okay. I will give you a reminder at 5 minutes, okay.
Oh, okay. Is my screen clearly visible, sir?
Yeah.
Oh, thank you, sir. Yeah. Hello, everyone. Good evening. This is Settlement Design Challenge. We are Team 12. Our project name is Red Haven Martian Oasis, made by Govind Agarwal, Aman Sahu, Khush Agarwal, and Jay Agarwal. As the name suggests, it's a settlement which we plan to build on our neighbor planet Mars. Now, without wasting any time, let's move forward. Purpose of the Mars settlement. So, the primary objective of building a settlement on Mars is to extract and refine iron, aluminium, magnesium, silicon, and sulfur from Martian regolith and to produce methane plus oxygen fuel from ice and CO2. Our long-term vision is to build a self-sustaining industrial hub on Mars to supply metals, fuel depot, and construction materials for interplanetary missions and future colonization. Let me give you a settlement overview. So, Red Haven is a scalable, self-sustaining Martian colony. Initially, it is designed to sustain a population of close to 1,000 inhabitants.
Govind,
Settlement.
uh, just a moment, okay. I think the problem statement was with regards to the exoplanet, na? So you have selected Mars. It is not aligned with the problem statement.
I think some mass was allowed in the problem statement.
Is it Azmat and Kavisha? It was allowed?
I mean, we didn't exactly mention that they should only take exoplanets, so we kept it open
Okay.
to their wish.
Okay, because the sheet I have, it is only the exoplanet then. Okay. Okay, go ahead.
Okay. So, let me repeat the settlement overview. So, Red Haven is a scalable, self-sustaining Martian colony. It is initially it will be designed to sustain a population of about 1,000 inhabitants. The colony is designed in a way that it not only leverages Mars' unique resources, but also cater to the difficult terrain and the challenges of Mars to build a resilient and thriving human outpost. Here is the detail of how we plan to build the residential homes and the radiation shielding. Okay, sorry, I think the text also got exposed to radiation. This is radiation shielding, which we plan how to protect ourselves from. This is how we plan to have an artificial gravity to give a Earth-like feel. Okay. Now every civilization starts from a point. So from where we plan to start with. So on Mars, regarding the position. So firstly, we plan to build a colony on the equatorial position. The reason because the equator receives the maximum sunlight, and as we know, Mars is more far from sun than Earth, so we need more sunlight. Also, sunlight will act as a reliable source of solar power. Other than that, equator is more stable than poles. Now, as we know on Earth, some of the, or I should say almost all the ancient civilizations have developed near the banks of water. Similarly, on Mars, we plan to build our initial civilizations near the subsurface water ice. I'm sorry, near the subsurface water ice. Obviously, we need water for drinking and for oxygen and for fuel and for all other purposes, for food as well. Also, we know that mostly areas near water are rich in iron and minerals, and which is helpful in construction and manufacturing. Also, we need a stable place to live in, so we would scan a place which is less prone to earthquakes, less prone to Marsquakes and volcanoes and all that, so that the settlement can live peacefully. Other than that, connection to Earth and orbit. So we plan for easy access to satellite relays and Mars orbit stations, and also to support supply chains, communication, and spaceport expansion for future missions. Here is an overview of how we plan to build a colony. So this is one residential zone, and this is the recreational zone. As we can see, again here we have some more features about our colony. Okay, now I will like my team member Jeff to take the mic from you. Jeff, please take the mic.
Yes, so hello sir, can you hear me?
Yeah. So you
So,
have last 1.5
so
minutes.
sir, so in our project Red Heaven, we have broken down the immense task of building a self-sustaining Martian oasis into three critical areas. This is the who, the what, and the how of our settlement. Subcontractors. Firstly, we will talk about the backbone of this project, our subcontractors. This slide allocates the expertise and the resources to bring our vision to life. Now, let's talk about the critical infrastructure. It is heavy duty work, adaptive allotrophy, regolith works, and interorbital heavy payload carriers. Now, let's talk about the essential systems that focuses on life supports. EST will provide the life support and survival systems. Staff of life handles oxygen and atmosphere control. Progressive plumbing is in charge of water extraction and recycling. Our communications will be handled by orbit link communications. Now let's talk about the support systems that are what make our colony livable and productive. Svalbard Seeds will manage our hydroponics and food production. 3D Logistics is in charge of internal cargo and robotic operations. Escupium Ventures will provide medicinal systems and AI-assisted healthcare. Our colony-wide control and AI operations will be managed by personal PCBs and margin mobility. Now let's talk about
Okay.
material and equipment.
Uh, can you just walk me through the other slides?
Yeah, Govind, please change the slide. So let's talk about the materials and equipment. So for construction, we will use imported titanium alloys and aluminium that are also refined locally. For daily operation, we will produce oxygen and air from CO2, electrolysis, and water splitting. And the transport methods will include surface rovers and drones both. So let's talk about air, power, communication, and waste system. So our air systems are designed to maintain a breathable atmosphere at zero point 0.6 to zero point 0.7 Earth atmosphere. And finally, our water recycling system will use most advanced methods for water recycling from human use and plants.
Got it.
We'll also use
Uh,
waste to energy conversion.
Govind,
Now,
Govind, and yeah, I got the idea. Okay. Is there any other slide?
Yes,
yeah,
sir.
now Kush is going to speak.
Okay.
Yeah,
Next
open
slide.
the AI and autonomous
No, no, no,
AI
no. I
and
got the, I got the idea. Next slide, which is the next slide?
Yes, sir.
so yeah. Next slide.
Okay. Okay, got it, guys. Got it. I
So
got the idea.
this slide was like more important. Like in this, we are going to tell you like how the technology and AI will majorly help in the settlement. So
Okay.
in this, we will like using our major technologies, robotics, AI system, and what will be their advantages. So robotics will help largely in this for the rigorous task and hard labor. We will use autonomous robots for mining, for transport, for construction, and for the surveillance also, like for checking and monitoring the task also. And AI will, and we also will leverage AI to support other
Kush, I
things.
got the idea. Kush, I got the idea. Okay.
Okay.
Is there any slide which is pending? What we
Yes,
have?
sir.
Okay. Any next slide?
Automation. Yes, sir. Public spaces and services.
And next. And next.
Thank you, sir. That's
Got
all.
it. Got it. Okay. So the first question, like, firstly, like, it is not a exoplanet. Okay. So why you selected this? Like, yeah, committee allowed, the organizers allowed, but why?
So okay, I'm audible, right?
Yeah, audible,
Yeah,
audible.
okay. Oh, actually, my screen got hanged. Sorry for that. Yeah. So the reason for selecting Mars over any other exoplanet, because first of all, we see it's the closest thing achievable in future, going to Mars and building a colony than any other exoplanet. Another reason is that Mars is, has many things similar. If I wouldn't say same, but it has many things similar to that of Earth. So it will be a kind of, when we start something, so we start it easy. And I think the easiest planet to build a colony on will be some neighboring planet like Mars. So
And
we like,
most of the researches are available for the Mars.
yeah,
Got it.
and
Okay.
also like we all know Elon Musk. I mean,
Yeah, yeah, got it, got it.
he's planning to
So,
build. So
yeah, coming to the structure questions, like what regolith shielding thickness have you guys assumed to cut the radiation? Any idea on that?
Kush, will you like to take this question? Okay, Aman, you are taking. Okay, sir, Aman will answer.
Mm-hmm. Okay, no, if you don't have any answer, no worries.
No,
Okay,
no, sir.
so
Aman actually has one second, sir. Aman, please, you are not audible, bro.
Hello, am I audible?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Please go ahead.
Sir, can you please repeat your question? Once again.
Like, what measures have you taken for the radiation part? Like, what thickness, regular shielding thickness have you planned for this?
Uh, Sir, for
Okay, I got the answer.
Okay,
Okay.
I will tell these. For the regolith shielding, we will like uh, first we will like use the waterfalls actually outside our settlement, which will like a ice line for protection and cooling. Okay, and the second thing we can use EM shields, which will be like solar particle deflection shields, like it will deflect whatever radiations or particles are coming on the settlement.
Okay, got it. And like, what is the geometry of your structure? Dome, hex, cylinder, what was that?
It's a dome shape.
Dome shape. And why you have selected dome over hex?
the
Um,
domes can have more space, and
It can have more space, it can be strong. Other than that, what is the technical reason for selecting the dome shape?
the radiation shielding is easier in dome shape than the hexagonal one, and also the volume. Like we get more volume in dome
Uh,
shape structure than the hexagonal shape structure. So
okay. What is the gravity on Mars exactly? This should be coming very quickly, I suppose. Okay. And we have lots of dust storm on Mars. Okay. So how you guys have planned for the dust proofing methods? Like what seals, airlock you are going to use over there? Any planning for that?
sorry, sir, was I not audible? Oh, okay, so my answer to the previous question was I think if I remember it's close to 40%
40% of what?
of Earth.
40% of Earth is how much?
9 point, 3 point
Three, seven,
5
around.
something, 3.6, close to that. I don't
No,
remember the
guys.
exact
No,
number.
no, no. Okay, okay. Let it be. Okay. Just study about this. Okay. See, this was
Yeah.
a very easy planet. Okay. Okay. Like coming to the other parts. Okay. I didn't get the chance to go to the human part. Okay. So, what protocols have you taken if there is an emergency or any medical condition? Because you can reach out to Earth very easily. Okay. So, what are your plans for this? How you are going to tackle that?
So, like we talked about the communication systems. So we will
Mhm.
quickly establish a connection to Earth, and as we talked about the AI systems, we will leverage. So, as AI advances, so we have like a technology which we are experiencing is that someone sitting on Earth can treat someone, let's say, on Mars through AI.
And there will also be like medical and AI professionals available on the planet. Like they are necessary part of the population which will be there on the planet.
Okay. Okay. That was from my side. Okay. But small feedback, work on the technical part. Okay, technical things can be strong. I have not asked the question on how the trains are going to be moving. Okay, because there is no magnetic levitation which you can provide. Okay, so that is still questionable. Okay, so yeah. Okay. Yeah, next team.
Oh, thank you, sir.
Next up, we have team number 14. Do we have participants from team 14?
Yes, ma'am, we're here.
Okay.
yes, we
Yeah,
are here.
sure. Can you please share your screen?
Yeah, we'll
Okay.
start.
Guys, it's strictly 7 minutes. Okay, like so because we have less time. Okay, now
Okay, let me just share the screen.
hmm. Team 14.
Can you guys see? Hello.
Yeah, it's visible.
Okay. So, hello everyone. Myself Tarkeshwar, and I have my teammate Sambhavi. Our project is regarding settlement in planet given to us GJ1214b. It's a Earth-like planet which has lots of water. It's actually consists of water. It doesn't have any solid ground or something. It is orbiting a red giant. The sun named is Gelis 1214. The B is actually the suffix for the planet. So right now our objective is to have 1,000 inhabitants in the planet. The planets the planet has a lot of challenges like high atmospheric pressure, a lot of temperature delta. Like right now, I can show you the temperature delta. It has a temperature delta of above 600. It goes to 0 Kelvin to around above 600 Kelvin. So what we have done is we have tried to settle around the poles where there's a ideal temperature for the settlement. And also it has, because it's near a red giant, it is prone to lots of radiation and mostly solar flares. We have also considered about that. So right now Shambhavi will take over and tell you about the next slide.
Yeah, can you move on to the next slide, please?
Yeah.
So basically, our solution is both futuristic and natural, and we named it as Pelagia Reef. Imagine a floating reef city made of interconnected pods drifting safely on Gillies 1214b in its endless oceans. Each pod or polyp support 100 to 300 people, and together they form a living reef, modular, expandable, and incredibly resilient. If one pod is damaged, it can be isolated without threatening the whole settlement. Just like coral reef grows and adapt in the ocean, and our city can grow too. Beginning with 1,000 settlers and expanding step by step into thriving civilization of more than 100,000. Pelagia Reef is not just inhabited, it's a blueprint for survival, designed to turn an alien ocean into humanity's new home. Can we move on to the next slide, please?
Yeah, Shambhavi. Okay,
Yeah,
so right
so
now we had the problem of habitat engineering and structural shielding. So what we thought about that, because there is lot of radiation, we thought of using metal as shielding, and between those we are using water and ice because we have a lot of water in the planet, so we don't have to carry that during our logistics and everything. So we will be using water as radiation, as protection from radiation. Also, the outer layer will consist of a hull which will be made of silicon carbide. Silicon carbide is basically a non-composite. It's a composite material which is neither metal, and it's made of non-metals. So what we have advantage over this is because there is lot of seawater, and what knows, it might be corroding or it might have short salt. So we are using silicon carbide as it's also most stable. Also, it is very hard as it's used in cutting and designing of the petals. So that's what we are using for the structure. Also, the structure will be dome shaped. Reason of that is because first, because of radiation, we are using glasses for the habitat, and also it will be a lot easier to transport those into small triangular segments. So building them would be easier. Can you take over, Shambhavi,
yes, please move on to
and
the next
explain
slide.
more about the habitat?
Okay, so
Explain more about the
basically,
habitat.
yeah, so why we have used this? This is because Gliese 1214b is orbiting around the end of star, which is likely emitting UV, XUV, and flare events. And the dense atmosphere provides some protection, but the surface level habitants must be shielded to prevent DNA damage, cancer risk, and electronic degradation. So, which is why we are having this multi-layer shielding system, which have like outer layer, middle layer, and inner layer, along with the dynamic shielding. For the material, as Takeshwar has already said, we are using agro red shielding. And for the integration part, we have integrated this system with the habitat walls and floating platform modules and linked this with AI monitoring for flare detection, adjusting shielding dynamically and supporting the radiation protection for energy, food and air modules. Its feature is the multi-layer protection with redundancy, using in-situ resources to minimize import costs and dynamic adaptation to solar and stellar flares. Can you take over please for the next slide?
Yeah, I'm taking over. So right now, we had a problem. The gravity of the planet was about 10% lower than the Earth. So we thought about it, and there might be long-term consequences. So for that, we made grav adapt modules. What will this will do is it will use centrifugal force to simulate the gravity of Earth. It will not be a major part of the project, but it will be a small part to maintain the health and well-being of the people. It will have bearings, and it will also utilize liquid nitrogen and cryofuel to stabilize and rotate the structure in order to have stable gravity. Also, next, Shambhavi, can you take over the life support?
Yeah. So water is a necessity. Water is life. But on Gliese 1214b, it's also a challenge. The ocean here are mixed with methane and other volatile compounds, making them toxic.
Right.
Our solution, yeah. So our solution is the hydrolens water loop system, a closed loop system that achieves 95% recycling efficiency. Here is how it works. First, the robotic skimmers and submersibles collect ocean water. It then passes through a multi-barrier purification chain, desalination, UV sterilization, ozone treatment, and even metagenomic testing to ensure no alien microbes slip through. But the key is sustainability. By recycling almost all of our water, a settlement of 1,000 people needs only 6,500 liters of new water per day, a tiny fraction compared to Earth cities. Waste heat from our reactors powers the purification, and even dissolved methane is captured during the process as an extra resource. In short, this hydrolens doesn't just clean the water, it transforms an alien ocean into a reliable life support system, turning hazard into opportunity and survival into sustainability. Yeah, next you take over, please.
Just quickly go on to this
So,
human-centric part, if there is any slide.
uh,
Okay, got it.
human-centric, that means life support, oxygen, and all the stuff to support the humans, na?
Any social system you have developed, anything on that? Is
Yes.
there any? Just quickly walk me through. I will
Yes,
read it.
we have.
Okay, quantum dot food production.
This is the community part. It is for the well-being of the humans. Shambhavi, can you explain this?
No, 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 no. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Okay, and can you go back on the food production part?
Yes, sir. Actually, we have made more work on the technical stuff, not over the psychological and everything.
Hmm.
Like
That's good. Okay,
for
okay.
life support, we are reusing the methane of the planet because it's very rich in methane will have energy and primary source of oxygen. What we are doing is we are using a similar technology used by NASA in the ISS. What it does is it converts the carbon dioxide emitted by humans into oxygen and carbon monoxide. So what it does, it will have oxygen too for the energy and also will recycle it. Will be sustainable for that. In the
Got it.
slides, you can
Tarkeshwar,
read TRL.
Tarkeshwar.
TRL is technological readiness level.
Tarkeshwar, I
So
got it. I
all
got
those
it.
solutions, yes,
I got it. Okay, so now I have few questions on to this. Number one question is you have selected a very good planet. Okay, and this is wonderful. Number one question is that where you are exactly anchoring on to here because there is no solid surface. Okay, so what exactly are you anchoring to?
yes, sir. So that's what we are going to tell you about. So what we are doing is right now we are making a hull which will float on the ocean. on the water. Let me
Okay.
show you the final.
And if it is going to float, like
This
I
is the
got it.
initial platform. It,
If it is going to float, like how do you keep a floating habitat stable in 2.7 g gravity? Because there are going to be
so
turbulent
what?
winds.
Sir, the gravity is not
No, the
2.7
gravity is
g.
actually 8.7, 8.7 meter per second square. So it's about 10% less than Earth. Not too much or not too less. It's equivalent to Earth almost.
Okay. But still, how you are going to stabilize this?
So what we are doing is we are submerging half part of the structure into the water. What it does is it will give it a center of mass to stabilize itself. So when
Hmm.
tidal waves comes or anything, it will stabilize itself. It will not move, more vibrate a lot and everything. That's how we are stabilizing it. Also, first there will be the energy in the initial parts of the development. The energy will be coming from nuclear uh, nuclear station. What we are doing is we're dumping those nuclear station inside the water. It will have all those protection from corrosion and everything. And what it will do is it will provide sufficient powers all and also act as an anchoring point for the floating platform. So it
Okay.
will do two things. First, it will provide us the weight and also the energy for the initial phase.
Got it. Got it.
And
Like on the
also
gravity
these
part. Got it. Got it.
yes,
On the
sir.
gravity part, like what gravity did you assume for this?
No, sir, it's a real gravity. When we research more about the planet, it's 8.7 meter per second square. Earth has a gravity of 9.8.
Did the m by r square calculation on this?
Uh,
The planet
no,
is
sir, we didn't do the M square.
120.
No, yes, I know what we are talking about. We didn't do that. We actually took the data from NASA actually. Before the data of this planet was very speculative. Before around 2 to 4 years ago, this was called a water world or a gaseous giant. It was still not confirmed. After the James Webb was deployed, it gave us exact data of this planet. So we got that data from the NASA side. I can show it to you actually on the internet.
According to
It
my
has a
knowledge, which I know, it is around what you're saying is the 8.2 times, it is the mass you're talking about, okay? And the radius is somewhere around 2 point something, okay, 2.5 something, okay? So when you calculate this, it will be coming uh, down to 0.89, okay? If you do 6.5 divided by 2.7 square, it is 0.89, okay? So yeah, let it be. But the question is still stays like because you mentioned the dome part, okay? You will be having dome structure, dome shape, right?
yes, sir.
How exactly dome is going to be there? Because uh, if the dome is small, then only it is going to be sustainable because the buoyancy part, okay? The buoyancy part will come into the picture and it is not going to be sustaining over the under the water. Okay, so how you are going to that?
So for that, I've already told you, it will be spherical shaped dome. Like half of the part will be submerged. So it will stabilize itself. And about the dome,
Okay,
how are we gonna transport it? It will be in triangular shaped. Like we can make them of smaller triangles and construct it into a dome.
got it. And like let's say assumption, okay, like if your floating
Yes,
habitats lose its buoyancy and begins sinking inside, okay, into some high pressure layer, okay, so what will be your
yes.
immediate protocol response? How you are going to tackle
Okay,
that part?
so yeah, for that we have already prepared a security measure. What we are doing is
Mhm.
also what we are doing is this ocean contains lots of methane and gases. So what
Yeah,
we are doing is capturing those methane in the buoyancy part of like the dome is gonna float, but not only on itself. It will have not rubber, but hull made of composite material, which will contain all the gases in high pressure. So, like in case the dome is sinking or the hull ruptures, what it will do is it will maintain the constant pressure to keep it stable. Until then, we will stabilize it with then all with the metal parts to support each other. The other
Got
domes
it.
will then support it.
Got it. Got it. Yeah.
Like
Good. Yeah.
like
Good.
you would know how these tap pressure maintaining works in the cars and in the places where they are prone to all those wears and tears. We maintain a
Yeah. Yeah.
constant pressure, it will stabilize itself.
Got it. Got it.
Actually, we have a big system to everything
Got it.
like this. This looping system will be integrated in the whole structure. It will power the structure, it will give energy to it, it will provide the air. We have integrated everything. Even
Got it,
the
Tarkeshwar.
plants are
Tarkeshwar.
getting.
Got it. I got it. Okay. So yeah, it was from this was from my side also. Okay. So it was good design. You have worked good on the technical side. Okay. So it is really wonderful. Okay. I
Excuse
hope
me,
you have.
sir.
Mhm.
Yeah, sir. Takeshwar, can you show the last four slides? Actually, we have worked on the logistics, resilience, and the community governance part also. The last five slides, please.
Guys, I got the idea. Okay. I got the holistic idea about you. Okay. Because if you speak more,
Okay.
the presentation marks will reduce. Okay. So because you have
Okay.
already okay. So yeah, it
Yes,
was
sir. Thank you,
overall
sir.
good. Like till now, if you have compared yourself with others, it is really good. Okay. On the technical side, it
Thank you
is
so much, sir.
absolute good. Okay. So yeah.
Thank you, sir. Actually, we put so much effort into the technical and we made sure that it is available in the current technology. We are not daydreaming or anything.
And
The
we
Yeah.
have
only
provided
problem will be the
context.
logistics. How can, like, this planet is approximately 37 light years away from Earth. That's the biggest problem, the transport. Or else we can
Got it.
make this structure in the Earth and it's totally viable.
Got it. Got it. See, if you want to have more discussion onto this, because this is really interesting. Okay. So if you want any technical insight, okay, more on discussion, you can just mail me over this. We will have a discussion.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, sir.
Okay. All the best,
Thank you,
guys.
sir.
Okay. Other
Yeah,
team.
thank you guys. Next upon, we have Team 17.
This was team 14, na? Tarkeshwar, Sambhavi, Prashant, Akhil.
Yeah, yes.
Okay.
Team 17 is Team 17 here.
Yes, yes, we are. Just a minute, I'm just setting it up.
Yeah, sure. Please make sure that your presentations are in the time limit, guys, because we are running out of time.
Yeah. Okay. Share the screen. Hi. So, my name is Suyash. I'm from Team 17 alongside Anurag and
Yeah, go ahead, Shubs.
sorry, the connection was lost for a minute. Yeah, so my name is Suyash. We are from Team 17. Alongside me are Manish and Anurag. And we have come up with the Elysium Nexus. Let me just move to the next one. I hope my screen is still visible.
Yeah, it's visible, but it's on the first slide itself.
All right. So moving on to the next one.
45 seconds are already gone.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So the vision was to create an exoplanet settlement and we had chosen the planet Proxima Centauri b. um, Proxima Centauri is approximately 42 light years away, and it has an 11.2 days orbit. It has,
Which your slides are not moving. I think you should go in the full presentation mode.
yeah, I did that only, and so it's not presenting. Sorry.
Hmm.
Okay. Yeah. So Proxima Centauri b, the planet that we chose, it's it's closer than Mercury is to Sun, to its star. The star is a dying dwarf. The planet itself is having about 1.07 times the gravitational pull as compared to Earth. Um, it has an 11.2 days of orbit, so we could have a settlement over there because the temperature, which should have been more than around 200 degrees Celsius, is actually an average of about negative 39 degrees Celsius. Moving on to
Hmm.
the next one. We had several challenges in which we encountered 4 to 5 main things that we could tackle. The first one would be mobility, so a colonization of the kind in which we are able to move about and around the planet without risking the lives of the people was the first challenge. Second one was to power this moving habitat. Third one was sustaining life in it. For example, food, water. Since we're always on the move, how we'll take care of the people in it. And the fourth one would be taking care of the waste that is produced from the humans that are settled. So this is the kind of habitat vehicle we have devised, containing about 11 floors of uh, settlement and ideation related to the innovations of the people living over there. It would mostly comprise of scientists and biologists to sustain life. This is basically a test prototype in which the people will go and test out if the planet is habitable enough or not. Next up, we have the engineering overview, in which we took up various measures like the wind speed, the surface thickness itself, thickness as in how light of a material can stay on the ground without making an imprint in the ground itself, and other reasons as well. The division of various divisions that have also been included within the habitat, that also was zoned out. Then we have the life support systems, including hydroponics and filtration systems. So, in order to be on the move and also have water on the habitat at all times, we are always on under the assumption that since the planet is having a negative temperature, the ground needs to keep the internal heat somehow flowing. So there would be some kind of reservoirs right below the surface, and we could drill into it and have reservoirs storing the water inside the habitat. So hydroponics would be
Okay, Suresh.
product. Yeah,
Like just walk me through the other slides quickly.
yeah,
Okay.
sure. Oh wait, this is the information one. Yeah.
Okay, next slide. Okay, next. Financial. Okay, next. Okay, next. Searching. Gen. Okay, next.
So first we were going for a stable and static settlement, but then the crisis that we got along with, so we shifted on to the nomadic experience in a way, and
Good, good,
yeah, so
good.
we shifted onto the wheels.
So yeah, you are the first team who has accounted this part also. Okay. Next.
So the materials that we are using is the heat shields that are used by space shuttles. So the idea is to send spacecrafts that have this already on them, and when they land onto the planet, they will fold out into certain shapes, and that itself will make the outer shell of the whole habitat.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay, next slides. Okay, next.
We are using a thorium based nuclear reactor system in which the water
Okay,
that we're drilling inside the water that we are drilling out of the surface, we are storing and then running an electrical energy system through circulation through the reactor.
got it. So,
Yeah.
like my first question itself is like, where is your exactly the settlement? Day side, night side, terminator, subsurface, orbit. Where is it exactly?
It's on the exact surface of the planet, since the planet is quite close to the uh, star itself. The star, okay, so I'm not exactly sure of the distance between the two, the star and the planet, but it is said that it is much closer than Mercury is to Sun in our system. So, since the star itself is a dying dwarf, it does not emit much heat and radiation, but there are solar flares that come along. So, I believe the heat shield will protect us from that, and there is a composite layer of aluminum and water heat shield below the space shuttle heat shield made up of silica, which will protect us from those solar flare radiations on the surface, yeah, directly.
If let's say if you are going on to this and you find out that it is completely airless, okay, and or having very thin air,
Hmm.
so what is your plan B for this habitat? How you're going to develop the life support system then?
The life system would then have to depend on the oxygen provided by the hydroponics, since we'll already start including, since we'll already be using those hydroponics as a source of oxygen while the transportation is being done from Earth to that planet. So we'll just mass produce within the area. We'll have to optimize the range as in range as in the whole department or division that is supposed to grow these hydroponics, that will have to expand, and that expansion alone shall trigger the uh, take away the need for oxygen all the time. So we'll be able to sustain like within the habitat and not have to get out of it in search for oxygen.
Got it, got it. And like how you're going to do the shielding part to
Shielding is,
the
sorry.
yeah, go ahead.
No, you were completing. I'm sorry to interrupt.
Like with regards to the radiation and all those things, like what is your plan with regards to that?
Okay, so the space shuttles that already are launched this very day, they are basically having space shuttle heat shields that are made up of silica. And just a minute, I'll find that answer out for you. Okay, so silica ceramic tiles, Li 900, it is basically 99.8% pure silica. SiO2 is the formula for it, which is a composite alongside reinforced carbon and other TPS materials such as fibrous refractory composite insulation. So these three or four materials together, they make up a material which is able to sustain heats up to 15 to 1600 degrees Celsius. That will be the outer shield. Internally, just next layer would be a water-based shield in which running water would be left on a particular thickness, and below that would be aluminum. Uh, yeah, aluminum shape.
Got it.
The
So
aluminum basically. Yeah.
yeah, I got it. Last question, like you mentioned several times about hydroponics, and that is one of the thing which is going to sustain the food on this planet. Okay,
Hmm.
let's suppose there is a hypoxia. Okay, so how you are going to identify that the hypoxia has occurred? You know what is hypoxia?
No, you'll have to educate me on that. Sorry.
Hypoxia means like there is completely cut off of the supply. Like there is no supply which is going to the your plant, hydroponic plant.
Okay, so there's no supply of water to the hydroponic plant.
Hmm.
All
The
right.
pumps are not working, the lines are not working.
Yeah, that would be a complete shutdown of the whole system effectively, because water is needed to survive for humans. And if we don't have that, then the only thing that we could do is be in the assumption that somewhere or in some place we'll find hydrogen and oxygen in any form. Then we can extract it from there and fuse them together in order to produce water vapor molecules, and then we can restart the system. The assumption has
Okay,
to be there that we'll find hydrogen and oxygen molecules somewhere.
got it, got it. Yeah, that was good. Yeah. Okay,
Yep. Thank you.
thank you. Okay, next team.
Next up, we have team number 25. Do we have participants from team 25?
Yes, ma'am, we are present.
Yeah, please share your screen.
Guys, please make sure to abide by the time limit.
Are this screen visible to you?
Yes.
Good morning, Judge. We are team number
Good morning.
25. Our project is for Flotilla, a self-sustaining floating megacity designed to colonize ocean world, that is GJ1214b. Flotilla is a scalable, adaptive, and resilient home built for future without solid ground. We will guide you through our solution from design and life support to its innovative safety and economic system. First, I would like to show you the structure. So this is the
Sorry,
structure.
sorry. Okay, so you started from this slide only, from the prototype
Yeah, yeah,
slide? Okay, okay.
yeah.
Good.
Because it's very important, so you can imagine the structure.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, the settlement contains hexagonal base with semi-spherical structure on it and a marine tower attached to every six corners. And there is a triangular part left, that is this part. We have equipped this triangular part with gyro stabilizers, and every marine tower, that is this part, is connected with circular solar ring. So this was the whole prototype. Now let's start from its first slide. The problem and our objectives. The primary problem is that ocean planet lack stable land, making permanent land-based settlement impossible. The environment is also hostile, with challenges like mega storms, constant corrosion, microbial threats, and even methane bubble plants. Our core objective was to build a floating habitat that's safe, scalable, and storm-resilient home. We set out to create closed-loop life support system for water, food, oxygen, design, and psychological health community, and stabilize an independent economic powered by aquaculture and biotech. So now the habitat design. The fundamental building block of that is a that is already I have explained, and this is the estimated cost, that is approximately $163 billion, which is humanly possible. Material. So this is life support and sustainability. So this is energy system. Our city's energy is a diverse, redundant grid. We primarily use wave energy and tidal turbines suspended beneath the flotilla. This is supplemented by floating solar farms and wind turbines integrated into the towers. Our energy is stored in hydrogen fuel cells from electrolysis, with compact fusion fission units serving as a backup in submerged safe pods. So this is a corrosion and maintenance slide. We are using the titanium alloys, super duplex stainless steel graphite composite, layer defense, uh, fluoropolymer coating, sacrificial anode cathodic protection, self-healing coatings, microcapsule inhibitor, biolimb shield, engineered microbes that form protective layer on hull, maintenance, robotic hull inspector, patch drones, human factors and communities. Flotilla operates on closed-loop system. Waste is fed into bioreactors, which produce fertilizers for our farms, which turns provide food, water, and oxygen. We recycle 95% of our water through dissolution and condensation. Our food sources are ocean-based, including fast-growing kelp and seaweed farms and multi-tropic agriculture. We also have fungal bioreactors and lab-grown meat for backup. So crisis response and tipping buoyancy. Problem: megacity tipping due to uneven buoyancy and methane pumps. There is a solution, we have thought of it, that is dynamic ballast system plus AI driven redistribution, gyro stabilizers and flywheels that is deployed on the triangular part that was left, decoupling unstable modules, relocation thruster to avoid danger zones, bubble diffusion skirts plus submersion mode, methane capture and energy source. Crisis response microbial corrosion. Problem: alien microbes colonizing hulls and accelerating corrosion solution. Self-healing antimicrobial coatings, electrobiosildings, engineered protective biofilms, robotic maintaining swarms, sacrificial anode biolabs to study microbes for biotech pharma. Economics and logistics. Trade: fully independent, no land, no external supply, internal economy, resource credit system, industries, aquaculture plus biotech, algae, biofuels, plastics, pharmaceuticals, wave solar tech support. If interplanetary contact exists, scalability, flotilla can link into mega cities across oceans. Safety and resilience. Our key innovation in the storm submersial mode. During a mega storm, the tower can partially submerge their lower decks to dive beneath mega waves, protecting the entire city from the storm's full force. The city's modularity also allows us to safely decouple damaged modules and prevent a catastrophic failures. We also
Hello,
have submarine escape pods and onboard medical
Manu,
facilities
Harsh.
with
Are you
hello
Manu or Harsh?
Abhishek.
Abhishek, okay. So yeah, Abhishek, I got the idea what you're building, okay.
Okay.
Um, okay. So on the structure part, like you have selected hexagonal structure.
Yeah.
So why hexagonal? Like any clarity on that? Because the buoyancy is there. So considering the buoyancy, why hexagonal?
So because the city is designed with a hexagonal shape because it provides inherent stability and scalability. The scalability is the major part that I was talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Hexagonal rafts can also interlink, which provide a sturdy foundation that is resistant to the turbulent ocean environment. This
Okay, so I have three follow-up question on this. So you have to be
okay,
just quickly yes or no. Okay.
yeah, okay.
So are these hex panels just the outer bumper or the structure with the having some inside like spherical or short cylindrical inside? So what is this?
So actually, the hexagonal part that will float on the water, and that marine biotower, it will be about 40% on the upper body of the water and 60% below the body of water.
So hexagonal panels are just the outer bumpers.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. And coming to the joints, so the tiles joints are what it is acting as a shield, or what is this? Like how the joints you have designed
Uh, Actually, sir,
these
I
joints?
didn't understand about the joints. This one,
Yeah. Are these redundant one or they have some CTE match analysis which you have done? What is this? Like how you have done this? Because
sir.
when the
Actually,
water
yeah.
because
Continue, sir.
when the water will be targeting these joints are going to be pressurized, okay? And this can open up. So
Yeah,
what is your engineering thought process behind it?
sir. Actually, we haven't thought much about the joints,
Mm-hmm.
but it can basically uh, act as a wave absorption,
Got it.
and it
Okay.
can. Yeah.
And like coming to the ISRO like in situ utilization part, where you are getting the nitrogen, how you are getting the nitrogen,
Sorry, sir.
from where you will get the nitrogen on this planet.
So basically from the atmosphere.
Is it possible?
Uh, I'm not sure about that, but
Okay. Okay. Yeah. I got clarity onto this. Like, do you have anything like on the human-centric part, like how you are going to handle their rhythms and all those things? Is there any plan
So,
for that?
sir, for humans, we are actually making VR rooms like Earth, and there was one plan more that humans don't get easily bored on the settlements. We can also arrange sea drafting that we do on Earth, and so that a small ship will attach to the settlement that they can have a little bit tour, and which will help in tackle with the problem like claustrophobia and the boring part of that.
Got it. Good, yeah. This is presentation is good and everything you have thought, but just go in depth, okay? Okay.
Uh,
Yeah, got the clarity, yeah. Okay, your
yeah,
presentation is over. Next team.
thank you, sir.
And like and this is for everyone, okay? Like just one point that everything is not about AI and all those things, okay? Most of the things you have to go very depth in understanding like technology, okay? Like no one is mentioning about how you're going to use algorithms, how you're going to implement some certain methods for the jointing, for stabilizing the structure and all those things, okay? So those are the fundamentals. Without that you cannot do any structure, okay? That will not sustain.
Yes,
Okay?
sir, we will definitely focus on that part. We have missed it, and I apologize for that.
No, no, no worries. It is for everyone, okay? Not for you.
Yeah, thank you, sir.
Okay. Okay. Uh, Other team 3, team 8, team 9, or 65, anyone?
Team 65 is next.
Okay, 65.
Is Team 65 here?
Okay, which team is present over here? Can you type in chat?
Uh, is Team 3 here? Team 3, Team 8, Team 9. Is any one of you here? Team 9. Yeah,
Team
Team
9.
9 का दिखाना है.
Yeah, team 9 is here.
And after team 9, which team is available? Team 8, team 3, are you there?
Team 8.
Team 8 is there. Team 3 is not there. Okay, so we have two teams left. Okay, so yeah, team 9, go ahead.
Yeah, so Pratham, can you present?
5 minutes, okay.
Yeah, so we'll begin. Yeah, so LHS, we have taken LHS 1140b, which is, it is quite a fascinating yet challenging super Earth, which we think have vast ocean and has a thick nitrogen-based atmosphere. So according to the research we did, it was about 9 to 19% of its mass is currently water, and it's tightly locked. That is, one side will always face the red dwarf star, which will create warm ocean. So the temperature might range to 20 degrees Celsius on the warmer side, and it will be very frozen on the darker side. So our settlement focuses on these parts as well. So directly moving to the habitat we made. So we are planning to make a floating habitat, which will also be anchored when needed. Like, we are also planning to have mining and all. So I'll directly move to the challenges we faced and how we overcome those. So just a second. Yeah, so the first problem was about the gravity. That is, the gravity is twice as the gravity we have here. So to manage it, we are planning to have a rotating habitat system, which will provide the most practical solution for the extreme 18.33 meter per second square gravity challenge that we have. So like the Texas A&M expandable space habitat design, it was made, and we demonstrated that by using concentric cylinders, we can generate artificial gravity through rotation. So, like for LHS, we are planning to have the hammer habitats, or the
rotating modules which can be combined with the planet's natural gravity to create a diagonal floor configuration, which will be kind of tilting towards the vertical as needed for to achieve the comfortable living conditions. So it will help us to generate a centrifugal force while there is a spinning part. I mean, a centrifugal force outwards from the rotation center. So it will help us for the precise gravity adjustment. The second point was that because it is quite high in nitrogen and CO2. So if CO2 levels go drastically high, because we are actually researching, we don't know how much exactly the CO2 levels are. So the people might face toxic atmospheric conditions. So for that, we are also planning to have uh, a atmospheric processing system which will handle the uncertain CO2 levels. So which will actually convert atmospheric the gases into breathable air. So these are kind of closed loop systems which have been successfully demonstrated in the facilities like BIOS 3, which has always already been happened. And for protecting against the radiation, we are planning to have an asteroid derived radiation shielding. So like we'll use the clay that is extracted from the asteroid, and which will be 10% more effective than aluminum. I mean, we won't be carrying aluminum from Earth. We'll just derive. I mean, we'll be creating a multi-shielding systems combining the asteroids regolith, water reserves, and the waste materials. So we'll make a shield around it. Then going to the agriculture part, we are planning to have an advanced hydroponic systems. So yeah, and yeah. So you also mentioned that what if the hypoxia happens. So for that, we have got some direct detection methods like we'll keep monitoring the dissolved oxygen in the nutrient solution, and it would go, and we'll also monitor the root condition and all. So while we do the careful monitoring, and we'll have some aeration techniques as well. So that might help in the hypoxia if that happens. Then except than that, for buoyancy, we are planning to have cellular modules like pontoons or air-filled tanks that can be distributed, beneath the surface. So actually, I haven't added that in this diagram. I made this diagram first, and I thought of this idea later. I mean, I researched about this idea later. So, which can be distributed beneath the surface to kind of fine-tune buoyancy and stability. And we're also planning to have ballast systems, which are also adjustable tanks filled with water or air, which can be used to manage the settlement's displacement, or I mean, if something happens due to the tidal pressure or something. Then we'll have anchoring systems as well, because yeah, we'll have anchoring systems as well to hold our settlement in place if some tide or current happens. Then for sleep control, as you already asked earlier, so for sleep control, we are planning to have a dynamic lighting system, because as I already told that we are planning to live on the. I mean, we are planning to design our settlement on the lighter side of the. I mean, the illuminated part. So it will be always light. So it might affect our diurnal cycles. So we are planning to have dynamic lighting systems, which can cause Earth's diurnal cycles and the seasonal variations, which will be done using full spectrum LEDs that can adjust, colors, temperature, intensity, and direction through the artificial days. So the circadian optimization will help maintaining healthy sleep wake cycles, even though the planet has about 24.7 day rotation. But then that isn't really useful because we are planning to live on the limited side. And for daily life, we are planning to have bio. Yeah, sir.
All right. So is this app working? Have you deployed this?
Yeah, yeah. So about that, we have
Wonderful.
Pratham to explain to you.
Yeah, we have made this web app to page the planet Earthians to shift to the exoplanet, as we are
Mm-hmm.
the company which will be pitching to the Earthians to settle there. And we have provided a planet overview wherein the interactive planet model is present, which is just like the digital twin of the exoplanet LHS 1140b, wherein the people can explore different conditions as well. and the settlement challenges that we will be facing initially, but we have found the solutions for the same: the ocean depth analysis, and mainly the settlement design, which the settlement design modules which the pioneers will use to determine how the connections take place between different modules of settlement, networking, communication, and transport, etc. And these are some core systems that we will be providing on the exoplanet, and the innovations and timeline that we have strategized. The most important strategy, which will be the initial one, is the adaptive eyeball planet strategy. That is the exoplanet we are targeting is a watery planet, wherein we will be first settling near the border location where liquid water meets ice, so as to develop some stability initially, and later on we can move to the water part as well. And these are some milestones which we aim to achieve in further years.
Wonderful, guys. You have used like Replit, or like you have designed this?
No, we have used
So
like
it was kind
coding
of vibe
website
coded
building
because,
tools.
yeah, because we,
Website
we
building
all
tools,
are
yeah.
currently in at the lower levels of our college degree. And we are
Okay,
also
okay.
planning to integrate the algorithms like the one I told you about, like how we're gonna know whether the plants in the hydroponics are working correctly or not. So we kind of can have, machine learning models that can optimize the nutrient delivery, the oxygenation, and the lighting schedules of the plant. And we are planning to integrate all the algorithms here. I mean, we can show it here. Then we can have the, like I told you about, that the float, the ballast system, right? So we can have control algorithms that can manage those ballast system, the tanks I told you about, which will help with buoyancy and I mean, stabilization mechanisms, and the energy usage, which will help the settlement to kind of float even if there are ocean movements or weather changes. And we're also planning to have health monitoring systems. I mean, for issues like hypoxia, the radiant exposure, or anything that can happen, because we are designing this from Earth, we don't know what's going to happen there. So we'll have all those algorithms integrated into this. Yeah. So
Got it, got it.
that's,
I think you also presented last year. You participated last year also.
yeah,
Yeah.
and we
Yeah.
were the third place.
I recall this. This is almost similar because I remember this. Sorry. Yeah, you guys have done really well. Okay, like it is. I have no questions to ask because you guys have adapted all the question which I've asked throughout this last 2 hours. Okay, so that is wonderful. Okay. Okay, so if you have any questions, we can connect. Okay, so you have my mail ID. Okay, and if you want my contact, you can take it from Azmat. Okay, so it is wonderful. Okay, and if you require any help, uh, I can help you. Okay, so it is wonderful.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much,
Uh,
sir.
Okay,
Thank you, sir.
next is teammate.
Next up, we have Team 8.
Team 3 and Team 65 are not there now.
Team 3 is available, sir. After 8, we'll go with 3.
Okay, okay. Yeah, teammate.
Yes, sir.
Competition
Please
has
share your
increased,
screen.
so don't worry. Okay, like just present your slides. Okay. Aditya, go ahead. Kepler 16b. Okay.
Am I audible?
Yeah, audible, audible.
Good evening, Good evening, everyone. This is Aditya on the behalf of Team All Planner, and we have Shivani Mishra as our team lead, me and Dipyan Mandal. Let me explain this project step by step. Imagine living on a planet orbiting two suns. It's not an ordinary world, it's unique, but also very dangerous for colonists. Now, imagine this every day. The gravitational pull of these two suns triggers powerful earthquakes, shaking the ground beneath you, and sometimes both suns slips into alignment, causing a double eclipse. In an instant, the colony loses most of its power. Houses go dark, oxygen system weakens, and communications fail. Colonists are trapped, oxygen is running out, and survival is uncertain. The settlement faces three deadly risks. The first one is people could suffocate without oxygen. The second one is the habitats might collapse. And the third one is the entire system could disconnect completely. This is the crisis we had to solve. Our objective is so we set four main goals to restore continuous power for life support and communication, and the second one is to make habitat resilient against daily earthquake. Uh, and the third one is ensure safe evacuation during extreme tremors. And the fourth one is and build resilience so the colony thrives under binary star instability.
Your present like slides are not moving. You are on the first slide itself.
I'm on the first slide.
Just present this only, huh? Like first slide, okay.
Okay. Talking about restoring power to fight sudden outrage, we combine multiple solutions: portable nuclear reactors for high energy outputs, hydrogen fuel cells for flexible backups, and solar redirection system that prioritize only life support and communication during eclipse, and flyover batteries for stable and uninterrupted power flow. Uh, Talking about the next one is the rescue operation. So we have taken the seismic drones. These deploy advanced seismic mapping drones to create a real-time 3D maps of tunnel fractures and identify safe passes for rescue teams. The second one we have taken is the plasma cutter. It utilizes high precision plasma cutting technology to safely reopen blocked passages. Uh, After that, uh, huh, talking about how to prevent a future disaster. Uh, but the survival alone is not enough. We need resilience for the future. So we propose moving command centers into quake-proof surface drones, running eclipse emergency drills every 60 days, just like a fire drills on Earth. The third one is expanding geothermal energy, and the fourth one is building dual access tunnels so no one is ever trapped without only one exit. And we can also use the plasma cutter for rescuing. The long-term resilience for this is resilience for this is for future generation. We suggested a hybrid energy green that mixes solar, geothermal, and nuclear power. The second one is relocating habitats to geologically stable and stable zones. The third one is mag
Okay,
rail evacuation pods for.
I got it.
Thank you, sir.
So, like, why you have selected this planet, Kepler 16b?
Sir,
Why you have selected this planet?
sir, I have selected this planet because this is a binary planet, and uh, there is there are two suns uh, which forces the gravitational force on the planet.
Okay, so if there are two suns, what is your nameplate power?
Nameplate power. So I didn't go.
You have a slide on the power, huh?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
What will be the nameplate power or worst case eclipse or occultation duration?
Sir, if I have tuition, I will use my solar
What is
energy.
occulation? What is occultation? You have an idea on this? You
No,
have
sir.
an idea what is occulation?
No, sir.
Okay, no worries. What is your structure is going to look like? Hexagonal, dome, sphere? What is going it is going to look like?
Sir, the structure is dome shaped,
Okay, a dome, then why dome?
sir, because it is flexible and aerodynamic, and
Okay,
it will help in the evacuation process. We can use
okay,
plasma cutter there.
got it. Okay, yeah, that was from my side. But I think you should work on the technical side, yeah. Okay, that is, I think this is just a compilation of the information. Okay, not I don't think you have gone through the information very properly. Okay,
Yes, sir.
okay. Other team, which team is there? Team three.
Team three will be this will be the last team. So
Okay, but team
Okay,
65
so
is not there, right?
no, they haven't responded. So yeah, we'll end with
Okay,
team
so
three.
sure. Last team, team three. Okay,
can we start?
yeah, yeah. Go ahead.
Uh, just a second, I'll present my screen.
Yeah.
Okay, I hope it is it visible, everyone?
Yeah, it's visible.
Okay, so hello everyone. This is team three. The team includes me, Chhatrapal Singh Rathod, and my fellow team members Anjali Chaudhary, Shreyash Jagtap, and Aditya Nath. The problem we are working on is with a planet called Zeta 9c, which has extreme temperature zones. For one side, when it is a high temperature in the day, and on the other side, it is always night, uh, where it is very low in temperatures. Somewhat similar to Mercury, but this is an exoplanet, and the settlement of ours is named Sicilio. So, explaining about a little about the planet itself. So, the Zeta 9c is a thermal drift world, and the habitable zone was initially about 80 kilometers wide, as stated to us, and which in during the crisis round three, which was informed that it had shrunk to 30 kilometers. This has made it a little challenging. So earlier, we did not use a lot of uh, sensors or instruments or metrics to align. It was mostly a stable colony, which we had to later change to a rolling convoy, which has been mentioned here, if I can point out. So this is the convoy, and now the convoy is working on a rolling band strategy where, if I can mention, this is somewhat like the blueprint. So there's a central dome which includes all the habitable zone and every activity that is there conducted in the central dome. And the outer rings are for services and all the instruments and everything that needs to keep the convoy up and going for a human settlement to be possible has been maintained there. And these are connected by tunnels which connected to the central dome. Then, as we have mentioned, this is the outer service ring, which has all the instruments, and we're using rapid shade tunnels and also auto retract for the photovoltaic rafts. And this is how it is working on. If I had to come once again to the Twilight Band crisis, so since it has only been become a 30-kilometer band which is now habitable,
we have decided that we'll keep a buffer zone of 8 kilometers on both the edges, and we'll avoid venturing into those, and everything which has to be every movement that has to be done would be happening within this set zone within the 30 kilometers to reduce the risks of any sudden boundary drifts, because the planet is also spinning very fast and it's uh, drifting. Uh, Now, with this, I'll hand it over to my fellow member Anjali to continue forward from here.
Um, sure, Shatrupal, can you please move forward?
Yeah.
Um, can you please move to the structure slightly?
Um,
No, no, go back.
um, this would be
Even
it.
more back.
Okay.
Uh, uh, okay. So this is our system and safety framework. So we have designed a dome-shaped structure, which is actually connected by various several structures via passage. And what are basic approaches that we have designed the settlement in while that it is designed to keep the inhabitants cool, and when the scorching heat of the sun or whatever star is present, then when that is on the planet, then there are some insulating panels that will lift up, and there are some insulating bodies that will cover our settlement, so that the inhabitants can be, they can be just, they can have a normal living temperature for us humans, and there is no need for them to get burned or anything. And there is also a very detailed structure of what our hexagons is going to have. It is our lab and research module, it is our sleeping areas, and it is the medical and intensive unit, it is the logistics and the operational research. After this, this is all combined into our various hexagonal dome-shaped structures, and this is going to create our main basic settlement. Satpal, next, please move forward. So this is a thermal and energy architecture. We are going to have multi-layer shields, and to keep the settlement cool, we are going to use the aerogel and titanium for the sturdiness, and to keep our settlement hot, we are going to use radiators and radiator-based apertures. And the energy is going to be, they are going to be fast retractable apertures, so that the loss of energy is very less. And as the energy is not going and we are going to use the energy in a very efficient manner in our settlement. Move on to the next slide, please.
Like, last
This is our,
60 seconds.
okay. Can you please move forward? This is not, move forward. So this is our safe, on to the previous slide. So this is a safety protocol that if there is a thermal breach, we already have a passageway design for the thermal radiation and energy to not pass through, so that the inhabitants can be safe. And please move forward a little more, a little more forward. So these are mining robots, and these are also our transportation robots. These robots are also used to withstand the heat and the temperature in any of the cold and the heat given. And these are used to transport and travel between, to take the inhabitants or even the resources which are going to be transferring between the settlement.
Okay.
That is all from my side.
Over there. Okay. So, like in this mining robot itself, like how this robot is detecting the trajectory and the path, how it is deciding the path and all those things.
The path is actually pre-planned, pre-installed in the GPS and system. Actually, because our settlement is quite constrained because of what the heat and the cold parameters are. The safe parameter
Mm-hmm.
is actually a 30-kilometer radius, so we have already pre-programmed the path in the robots, that if it is going to travel, there are various robots designed for very specific paths. So if it is going to travel from point A to B, and that same robot will come to from B to A, no other robot will take its trajectory or anything. So they are designed for very specifically for very specific purpose.
Got it. And do you think that if we are pre-planning the roadmap, is it good practice or is it a bad practice?
It is actually I'm not going to say that it is a bad practice. It is actually a very good practice because pre-planned robots are really great in deciding the time schedules, and they are also very energy efficient because we are not burning the fuel or whatever we are using. Actually, I'm not very quite sure. We are not burning extra energy resources in just like not planning everything from beforehand, because this is a very like unsafe colony to live in. From first of all, we are already living on an exoplanet, and we need the very safe protocols and very pre-planned things to go for it. So pre-planned parts are actually really good to keep the robots in check, also for their maintenance, also for the system and what we are like transporting and traveling from to and fro from.
Got it. Got it. Coming to your that part, the structural part, okay, you mentioned that you are going to use a rolling structure, okay. So how you are
Yes.
going to take care of the bearings and the lubrication part? Because what is going to happen if the bearings are going dry?
Okay, so these here we have only specified the mining robots, but similar to this, they are also going to be automation robots. Actually, we haven't like quite put in the structure. Sorry for that. But those automation robots, they also serve a very specific purpose. That is to take care of the lubrication and the ball bearings of the structure because it is a movable structure. It is going to move at
Mm-hmm.
very slow speed. It is not going to be faster because that would disrupt anything inside, like everything inside which is going on. So it is
Mm-hmm.
going to move at very slow speed, and between that slow speed, there are going to be intervals in which those robots will take care of the ball bearings and everything. So they will make sure if everything is right, if nothing is faulty, if things are going planned.
Have you thought anything on the slope and the curvature limits?
So, like, there was not much detail actually provided to us regarding the slope and the curvature limit. So we haven't had a like really good plan about that because the
Oh,
radius was what we designed a settlement around, the temperature and the radius. So not no not for that.
tell me something more about this planet because I have heard for this first time Zeta 9c. So what is the environment exactly like?
It is a very extreme temperature planet. So like the day temperatures can go from like 300 degrees Celsius, 400 degrees Celsius, and it could go up to like 100 negative 100 degrees Celsius at night. So a very rapid environment changing. So on
Okay.
this planet, it is not quite very far from its stars. So the only habitable, like the zone we could thought of where we could design a settlement was the poles. So that is where we have like positioned our structure. The
Mhm.
poles are there because the poles are really good for migrating as well because we can just transition from day and night, and we don't have to travel a lot, like make our structure travel a lot. It is really good, but it
What
is
is the
a very extreme. Yes.
what is the gravity over here?
On Zeta-9c, the gravity is
That wasn't. It has not been
it,
informed about it.
yes,
Okay.
actually
And
it is
like,
not provided to us.
okay, no issue. With regards to the in situ utilization, what is the two major things which you can take out of this planet?
I'm sorry, can you repeat the question? My internet was lagging.
For the in situ utilization purpose, which are the two major things which you can utilize, like any material, any substance, any gas?
Yes, Zeta-9c, like it was actually not very much provided to us the information, but we have come across that Zeta-9c is like really rich in iron. So our mining robots are
Okay.
majorly designed for the iron ore to extract. It is a sturdy material. We can like send it to some other planets if we are actually living on an exoplanet. I am like thinking that we are highly advanced enough to travel and transport the stuff between these planets. So Zeta-9c is actually quite it is actually quite rich in iron ores. And the other thing we have find out is like there are very like hydrogen reserves in it. So it is going to be like we are thinking of having like extract the hydrogen from there.
Got it, got it.
So we can even have like because there is going to be a human recreation center, and we are thinking of having some plants which can sustain in very low oxygen or even CO2 based plants. There are some very type of algae who can survive of CO2, which we all are going to breathe out. So they can give us oxygen, and it is very rich in hydrogen. So like we can make water from using the resources there. That is our
Got
plan, main plan.
got it. Okay, last question. Like, have you thought about anything about the humans who are going to live over there? Like, with regards to the psychological things?
Yes, yes, we have. Like there are going to be some because living in a very like inclusive colony where you only see a few people like for the rest of your life, it is going to
Hmm.
be a bit depressive. So we have thinking about like VR experiences for people so they
Hmm.
can just have a good experience, a 4DX or 5DX experience where they can think that they're still on Earth or any other planet where there is greenery, there is nature. So they can experience that. There are going to be recreational hubs as well. There are going to be like amusement kind of like smaller amusement kind of things for the children and for the people so that their psychological well-being is not like hindered. And there are going to be therapists as well if somebody falls into deep despair.
That was really good. Okay. Uh, I says like study more about the planet if the information is available now. And in case if the information is not available, select a closest planet to it. Okay.
Okay.
From there, you can
Um,
extract the information.
sure, sure.
Right?
We would.
Okay, guys. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Okay, so here we end our all our presentations. I would like to ask you, sir, like what was your view over how did our participants perform?
Yeah, it was really good. Like with regards to the life support system, there were new thought process which I also learned something. Okay, so it was good. Okay, and if you guys allow, I can say like my top five teams which I like. Okay, so if can I
Yeah, sure, sir.
like team 25 was really good in terms of presenting technical things. Okay, and when it comes to proper technical things, team 9 and team 14, these two teams stand out properly. Okay, team 9 obviously for the reasons. Okay, they presented a full platform they have developed and all those things. Okay, so they are really good. And I remember them for the last time also. I asked some questions and they were prepared for this time. Like because the last time I asked question on the hydroponics, and this time these teams are prepared. Like Aparna was prepared this time. Okay, and Chhatrapal, like the team three also prepared really good. Okay, the rest of the team was good, but I suppose like they just collected the information. Okay, so but you have to work on the information. Okay, so next time you are working, so come prepare on the information, like how you can extract data from that information and how that information can be useful for your technical purpose. Okay, so overall it was really good. Okay, I really enjoyed it. Okay.
Thank you, Mr. Arjit. That was really great to see that you really loved the presentation. So, and we would want you to announce the winners as well because it's been so much suspense that everyone's really excited, and I think it would be very honored to for you to like announce the winners. So yeah,
So top three teams or like only the first one?
like top three. We have a prize pool of 10,000. By the way, the first team is
Mm-hmm.
gonna get 5,000. Second is gonna get 3,000, and the third is gonna get 2,000.
Got it. Got it. So the third is obviously the team three. Okay, the Chatpal and Anjali. Okay, this is the third rank. Okay, and second is team 14, Takeshwar and Shambhavi. Okay, and team first is obvious guess. Team nine. Okay, Aparna, Pratham. These were the two peoples. Okay, so this is the team first. Okay, team nine at first position, team 14 at second, and team third at third position. Okay.
Cool. Damn. Thank you so much, sir, for your valuable time that you came up here on such short notice, and yeah, we are really thankful to you. And to all the winners here, congratulations, guys. And to not only to the winners but also the other brave warriors who fought well, and remember, even stars that don't win the throne still shine in the night sky, and you're all heroes, and this galaxy salutes you.
So So, before our rockets power down, let us thank the guiding star of today's mission, that is Mr. Arjit Saxena. Your insights didn't just evaluate designs, they illuminated the path for these young pioneers to dream bigger and bolder.
Thank you, guys.
And yeah, to all the participants over here, you didn't just participate in a competition, it was a galactic rebellion against limits, and you proved that when Earth feels too small, imagination makes the universe your playground.
Okay, so and
Thank
with that, the Settlement Design Challenge 2.0 reaches the end of its mission log. But remember, this is not the end of the journey, this is just the launch sequence.
one thing, like if you guys, like anyone who is present over here, those who have stayed till last, and maybe you are not the winner, but if you want anything in regards for technical knowledge, or if you want to have a discussion, you can reach out to me. Okay, you have my email, and if you want my contact number, I think Azmat can provide you that, but in rare case only. Okay, like only. So yeah, you can anytime reach out to me. I will be really happy to help you in terms of anything. Okay, and also like if you want any internships, we are open. Okay, so you can apply for that as well. Okay. Okay. Thank you guys. Like I will take a leave because I have other meeting which was scheduled. Okay.
Yeah,
So yeah. Okay.
sure.
Thank
Yeah,
you guys.
thank you,
Thank you
thank
everyone.
you so
Okay.
much
Thank
for
you
being
Kavisha
here.
and thank you Azmat for hosting this. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. And thank you, everyone. This is SDC 2.0 from Avasya Society. And Kavisha, please.
Okay, so this is SDC 2.0 from Avasya Society signing off. Thank you, and may your next frontier always be larger than your last. Till then, take care and prettiest night.
Yeah, thank you, people.
Hey, can you send the mail of the sir in the group?
Yeah, sure, sure.